Hi guys, XPander from XPN Audio. I'll present you today my brand new FL Studio template. So first of all, what is a template and why do I use templates? So a template is let's say pre-arranged project within FL Studio. So when you open FL Studio, you can already find here some existing templates. And what it means that you already have preloaded some VSTs as generator, but also effects. And why do we use templates? Why did I create this template? It's to be more efficient in your production, to focus more on the creative part instead of losing time renaming channel, loading VSTs, and doing again the same processes that you will do almost the same from one project to the other. So why not prepare everything and then just get started with the creative flow and don't stop. So let me present you this template. So as you can see here with color codes, you have let's say 10 different main groups, and I will go in detail with each one of these groups. So the first group concerns kicks. Of course, hard side, hardcore. Nowadays we have not only one kicks playing in the whole track, but more than one. Probably more than 5 nowadays. So I prepared already 9 empty channels. So each different kick will be loaded to each of these different channels. If you need to do some specific treatment for the kick, you do it in the specific channel, and at the end they are all routed to one bus. So channel number 1, which is kick bus, on which I apply, let's say, a last step EQ that you mostly do during the mixdown process when you want to create some space for other elements. So that's just an example, that's project specific, so don't take this as guaranteed working EQ. Next to that, some FXs that you can trigger just by loading the volume. So as I mentioned, it's on off. This one in case it's just, let's say, a band pass, and it gives a nice dynamic effect. The next effects is from my own patcher, Crank It Up, available also on my website xpanderofficial.com, and you can play with all these effects. And at the end, some limiting and volume also done with this patcher, Crank It Up. Next to that, we have FX kicks. So I really like in my tracks to add FX kicks. So FX kicks can be, for example, like from my sample pack. And what I do, I route them to this channel, which is himself routed to this sidechain. Sorry, to this channel, which is a sidechain reverb. So what it does is that it applies a reverb with some delay, and it really gives a nice bright reverb. And especially when you put FX kicks before real kickstart, then you get, at the moment the kickstart, a nice coming reverb. It's really nice. It makes a track more full. So really I advise you to do it that way. Then we have all impact sound. So everyone knows that impact sound, the big boom in a track. So some EQ to remove the low end, a bit of compression, and some limiting and volume, because at the end of the day, no matter what you say and think, hardstyle and hardcore is also loudness war, and you want to like smash elements to be able to bring the loudness of the track up. So limiting is almost necessary everywhere. After that, we have, like, let's say, the drum section. So the usual drums are clap, snare, ride, hat, crash, for which I already applied some EQ, compression, and limiting. And next to that, you can just add your specific drums. So for example, breakbeat loop or whatever you want. After that, we have, let's say, the lead part. So from here till here, that I separated in 2 groups. I normally, when I make melodies, have a top players or a top melody, and then chords lead playing in the background. So that's why you have here space for 4 layers of chords that are routed to this bus, and 4 layers of top leads that are routed to this bus, and at the end both buses are routed to this mega bus. And what do you find in this megabus is my own patcher, the box, also available for free on my website XPanderOfficial.com, and there you'll have let's say you will be able to trigger the color of the sound, some frequency control, cutoff, compression, limiting. You have delay, you have sidechain reverb, and you have reverb. And don't forget, a patcher is just mapping of VSTs. So it's existing VSTs. It just bring you, let's say, what you judge the most useful parameters to trigger in one place. So this will also save you a lot of time because it's one patcher to load, and then you can just play with the settings to make your lead sound nice, bright, and full. Following up, we have the same process for screeches. So the box on the main bus, and then different screeches. Of course, here I didn't put anything in it because a screech can be anything. So really, there you have to do a specific treatment, but at the end it's routed to one bus, and there it's already wet sound coming out. The next part concerns atmospherical elements, so pad, plugs, basses, whatever. Here also it's very project specific, so you will do your own processing there. Next we have the SFXs. So what is always there in the track is, for of course, up filters and down filters. So because of that I already processed them, and with a small note it's to be edited, so you will be able to check this out. And SFX can be any SFX sounds in a track, like small sounds, whatever, can be anything. And the last two groups are quite some important ones. So the first one concerns singing vocals. So in the case of the project that I will present you right after, it concerns like a woman, female singing vocal. So you have one channel for the hook, one channel for the harmonies, one channel for ad-libs, one channel for FXs, so it can be a reverse, reverb, or whatever, and they are all routed to this channel, on which you have my patcher vocal first aid kit, which is also basically everything you need for a vocal. So color of the sound, de-sync, some distortion, more distortion, a gate, some frequency control, compression, and limiting. In this case I didn't add any reverb or delay directly in this patcher, but I use it with buses. So I have one main reverb bus, so you can send whatever channel you want to this reverb. It will apply a nice bright reverb. Same for delay. Delay, of course, you have to edit it per track. So if your track is 1/4 or 1/3, you will edit it here. The delay is from Replica. I really advise this delay, very nice. And then same process with vocals, except that vocals will like some distortion in the vocals when it's a male rapping vocals. So I'll then show you a project that I made specifically to present you this template, and the project will also be available on my website. Let's go through it.
Dream about me, yeah. Lie around me, yeah.
So let's dig a bit into the project. So what I've already prepared in the template is some layers for chords, because of course it's annoying to place the same note per layer, and you don't have to do that. Fruity Loops has a nice tool which is called layer. You can set and show different children. So in this case, I took all 4 layers from Silent, from the free bank from Code Black producers group. So this for chords. On the main bus, of course, some EQ, a bit of compression, and a kickstart to leave also some room later for the kick. You can activate, deactivate the kickstart. Kickstart is just a sidechain. And same for the top layers. 4 layers routed to this group, which is in the end routed to this group, and together a small bass playing in the background. Here kicks. So in this case, I've loaded one kick from my sample pack, Ultimate Hardcore Kicks. I've loaded number 26. So this one, but you also have many different type of hardcore kicks. On this pack I show you, do have some FX kicks as well, but also punches and reverb. And this sample pack is also available on my website, XPanderOfficial.com. You will know. Let me show you a bit the effects that you can have from on the kicks. So of course, this is track specific, so just play with it. But once again, everything is there, one click, and you have access to all the different parameters. Any parameter can be automated, so that's also very nice.
Dream about me, lie.
On the vocal, so first of all, always cutting some low frequencies that you don't need, then some de-essing, sorry. Then what I mentioned here optional is, let's say, preset from FabFilter Pro MB to make the vocal, let's say, a bit brighter. So once again, check it, it's not always necessary. Then some compression with FabFilter Pro C2, and then it's routed to Vocal First Aid Kit, which is again doing some of these processes. But you have everything at hand and you can just process the parameters easily. So I hope this template will help you to be more efficient and focus more on the creative part of producing, which is, I believe, in the end, why we do music, and focus less on this EQing, all the mixdown part that you will still have to do at some point and at some extent, but less. So you can find this project and template on my website at XPanderOfficial.com, and I really hope it will help you.